I'm Cathy Brooks, and you're watching Tech Cocktail.
Tech Cocktail Conversations, candid insights from startup founders, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders from around the globe.
It is a remarkable community development. It's not just a business revitalization and an economic revitalization. There's a social revitalization to it, to a very kind of emotionally damaged and bruised part of town that doesn't see a lot of money, that doesn't see a lot of economic uptick. If anything, it's the converse of that. That doesn't see a lot of foot traffic and innovation. That the downtown project is changing that, and not just endeavoring to do it, but actually making physical change. I've seen the change. My first visit here was in August. I was here for 10 days. I came back in October for a couple of days, and the changes from August to now are visible. I mean, there are 2 new businesses open that have nothing to do with the downtown project, that just came to the area because they see that the revitalization is working. There are more people walking the streets. There's more construction getting started. And the pace with which it's happening is, I mean, anyone who knows anything about construction and development projects is that they take 2 to 3 times longer than you anticipate. And so even though that is the case for some of the projects, there is still a real sense of speed underneath it all. For starters, they need to be not in a hurry to do it. You can't rush this sort of thing. You need to know first, what is it you're offering and to whom? And that is not the story, that shows you the end game. You need to know who is your customer, who is your audience, and what is the value that you bring to them. So that's kind of the value add that people talk about. But then you need to think about, how is it that you want people to feel about you? That's the Maya Angelou quote. People won't remember the things that you've said or the things that you've done. They're going to remember how you made them feel. So startup trends for 2013, I think that people should be looking for is, of course, dog daycare, because what else really matters? But joking aside, in terms of like technology with bits and bytes and things, mobile this year is going to, I think, take an even greater turn. There are more platforms on which people can consume content. There are companies realizing that 40 to 50% of their traffic is actually coming from mobile devices rather than desktop, and that trend seems to be a trend that's continuing. How they monetize that traffic is a serious pain point that is starting to get some considerable attention from some big players as well as from some smaller kind of up-and-comer players. I think we're also going to see some interesting things around the phone platforms themselves. Right now, smartphones are kind of static. You know, you download all these apps. The apps that you have on them are just kind of there. But your mobile device is not a static device. It is a location-centric by virtue of what it is. So a platform evolution that will allow you to have a more dynamic experience of your phone interface. And I'll be interested to see what happens in the search space also. There's some interesting things happening on the front of visual search that I think may actually come to play this year.